the Drawing Properties Manager. It's open from the display menu here, Drawing Properties Manager. So these Drawing Properties Managers allow to handle a bunch of text or shapes in your Mimic. There are three modes: reference, global, and selection, and it's also possible to define some model. So let's take an example here. We can create a text, this one, and like a square. Okay. As you can see here, by default, this text is in black color with this font, and this square is in blue color. If you want to change the default settings of properties for your text or shapes, you can use the global mode. Here you have all the properties for text or shape defined by default. So if I want my default color for shape as green and my text not to be in Berlin but in Bernard font, not in bold, and let's say in blue this way, I can define these properties with the global mode. Now, if I create a new shape, this new shape is now in green. And if I create a new text, this new text is now in light blue and in this font. So with the global settings, you define the default settings for any text or shapes you create. The second mode is the selection. The selection is quite easy to understand. Will change the properties of any object you may have selected. So here, if I select both text, I can change the font of those both text, and you can see the result in real time. I can also select a new color for the text, black or red, for example. So the selection mode allows to change a list of selected items you have selected in your Mimic. Now, if I insert a new text here, so it has the default properties defined in the global mode, and now I can use the reference mode to apply properties of one text or one shape to other text or other shape. So I select many text, and the reference text is always the latest text selected. And here you can apply all properties from the latest selected text to all, or only the text properties. So let's apply all, and I have all other text using the reference text selected. Now I can also create template model of properties, text or shape properties. So if I create here model, like my model, I select what I want to define for this model. For example, I don't know, this color for the text, this font in bold. For shape, I can define also this color for the pattern, and so on. I save my current model, and I can select some shape here and say, okay, I apply all the properties from my model. Thank you for this video tutorial, and don't hesitate to comment or ask your question if you have. Thank you.